third instance of I guess the fourth instance of the live show. I want to see who's going to jump in the chat. But we're live, everybody. Welcome back to the Scratch Golf Live Show. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. we do it. Jared should be jumping in any minute. Big news day. Big week last week at the PGA show. If you're watching this back, thank you so much. Like the stream, leave your thoughts in the comments, be active in the chat. We try to read it as much as possible. But anyway, welcome as people funnel in. People are going to start funneling in. Welcome one, welcome all back to the Scratch Golf Live Show. Yo, we're already live.
How we doing?
How we doing, brother?
We're live.
We're ripping it already. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Just
No,
played golf like an hour and 45 away today. So the traffic
good, bro.
was bad.
You're good. Anyway, big week, man. Big week. Back to fourth instance of the live show. We did it last week on Instagram if you guys are watching it back, because we're at the PGA show, man.
We were.
But big news week. The last few days have been crazy news week.
Yeah.
YouTube golf has been blowing up. A lot of big collabs, a lot of pro golf news, dude. It's been pretty hectic. And Scotty Scheffler won again. Fucking
Classic.
Yeah, literally, dude. So anyway, dude, I figures let's start with just recapping the PGA show, because I don't think a lot of people saw the live show last week. So we basically a full week removed from the first day of the PGA show, dude. Let's hear your thoughts now that you've had some time to think about it and react.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. First of all, what's up, Peter, in the chat? Let's go.
What up, Peter?
It was insane. It was my first PGA show, both of our first PGA shows.
Yep.
We were obviously staying together. We were, together a lot, on our own a lot. And it was quite hectic, but I think it was just so cool because especially, when it comes to social media golf and content creation, all that kind of stuff, it's so virtual. So all these brands that you're interacting with and people you're interacting with, and all these things you're seeing are so digital. And then you get to the PGA show, and it's like, well, this is like the converging of everything that's happening in golf, all in person, all happening at our fingertips right now. So it was a lot going on, but it was special to be there, and it was just like a cool moment for me to be able to go to all these events and literally wake up in the morning. And I mean, Marco, you can attest, but like I would leave at 8 a.m. and I wouldn't be back till 4 a.m. because at every single second of the day there are important conversations being had. There are events to be attending. There's cool stuff to do, new people to meet. So it's everything in golf in one location for a week, and it was cool to see.
Yeah, man, it was insane. Like, it was so much walking, like you said, so much meaningful stuff happened. Give me 1 second. I gotta fix the light. Give me 1 second. Anyway, but yeah, dude, it was awesome. Like, you wake up early. I know, we had some pretty meaningful conversations, not only about our brand. I know you had some cool conversations with your brand. Made some great connections with a lot. I mean, we stayed with Austin, who edits for Ben. We stay with the Amp Tour guys. Shout out Bogan and Jason. That's been a great relationship. I don't know if you saw, dude, but they sponsored the Quan video. So that was awesome. Yeah, dude, we got, help each other out there, and excited, dude. Excited for the things to come in 2026. It's just, I mean, dude, it was I don't know how you stayed up until as late as you did.
Dude, I slept like 12 hours.
Dude, it's that 22-year-old blood, man.
I slept for day. I think I slept from when I got back. I think I went to bed at 8 p.m., which is earliest I've gotten to bed ever on Friday. I went to bed at 8 p.m. and I slept until noon. So I just fell off, but it was exhausting.
Dude, you're crazy, man. You're an absolute warrior. I love to see you out there grinding, dude. I love to see you out there building the brand, building the head brand. How many times do you get recognized? I feel like you got a lot of like people coming up, getting pictures with you, more than me, certainly.
I think maybe it was 3 people asked for photos, but
Okay.
not as much as, like, I think, if I were in conversation, people, they would be like, "Oh, yeah, like, I've seen your stuff." And I'd be like, "Oh, yeah, I've seen your stuff too." And it's actually funny because me and Ben Methvin, aka like Meth's Golf, who does
Yeah.
Trump impersonation,
Yeah.
he's hysterical. He's like one of my favorite people ever. And we only met like 3 days before the PGA show. It feels like I've known him my whole life. But we were making a joke about like just the fact that everyone's got like a shtick where it's like, you know what I mean? Like we were talking about doing a video like that where it's like, two content creators meeting at the PGA show, and it's like, oh, dude, like I'm Steven, you might know my page, Dummy Golf. And it's like, oh no, like I haven't really heard of that. Like, what do you do? It's like, yeah, I'm the golf ventriloquist. And then it'd be like, oh, bro, I saw that video you did where Kermit was caddying for you. And it's just like really funny. Like the space has grown so much. Everyone's got a shtick. So that's how I kind of felt, where I'd be like, oh, I'm the headband golfer. Like, you might have seen this I did or this. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, yeah, dude, I saw that video you did where you know, hit the DOD in front of the
Yeah.
DOD king or whatever, like someone, whatever my video. So that was cool. I feel like, you as well, like, I feel like a lot of people when we were talking to you had seen watch your
Yeah,
show.
I mean, it was more of just like people like I got a few double takes of like, hey, and it was like cool.
I
I got
know.
a few people to take pictures, and I was excited, dude. I love that stuff. Like,
Yeah, me too.
I don't mind because like I think it's cool, and like I get it because like I want pictures with people too. Like taking a picture with Grant and meeting Grant was
Yeah.
definitely one of my top moments of the week. It was like for like a minute. But like hearing that he knew who I was, he
Yeah.
recognized my face. It's like, dude, that from like a YouTuber perspective, like I feel like that's as good as a compliment as you can get, getting recognized by the Golden Boy, who, like I
Yeah.
said, he said he watches a lot of the stuff,
That's so
which
cool.
is cool, man. And like you mentioned, dude, it was like I want to answer Peter's question. It says, "What is the coolest product you saw?" I don't really know. Like, I feel like I didn't like a lot of the self-driving, like, uh, um, freaking four or the push carts were crazy. A lot of the like wrist, I don't know, dude. There was just so many different products there. Like, you'd be shocked how many products actually like were there. And like, I mean, dude, I walked probably I think 8 miles like back to back days. I took 20,000 steps, and like I didn't even go as hard as you did, dude. Like, I can't imagine what you're like, how
I don't
much
know.
walking you
I don't
did.
know. I don't know if I did as much walking. I don't know. It was a kind of a blur. I didn't eat either of the days. I didn't get lunch. Like
That's
either
crazy,
of
dude.
the days I didn't eat. And the first day afterwards, it genuinely was like I'd never felt worse in my entire life.
Yeah,
I was
I
we
feel that,
I went
dude.
we ended up eating at 8 or 9 PM, still at the Hyatt, which is adjacent to the
Yeah,
event center. And I didn't realize how deprived of nutrients I was all day because it's just there's so much going on that I wasn't thinking about food. Like I was just thinking about like, you know, I was so immersed. It's a very immersive experience.
yeah,
And there's so many brands and people that I wish I could have spoken with that I didn't. Like I think
yeah,
after the fact, I saw some other people like whether content creators or brands that were like there, and I was like, damn, I wish I knew that or would
yeah.
have been to that person because I would have loved to have chatted with them or whatnot. But it's just one of those things where you're never going to be able to do everything. And I
Yeah,
try.
dude, I feel like it's our first show. Like, I feel like for me, it was more of like get the lay of the land. Talk to, like, obviously, I wanted to talk to a few brands, and like
Yeah,
I had the brands I wanted to talk to, but like, just like for me, it was just more to me. It was like there was so many people there. Like from what I heard from like last year to this year, like there were so many people from like the
mhm,
creator side going. And like I just thought that was super cool, like putting everyone's face to a name. And like, yeah, we spoke to brands, and yeah, like we've got like, we've got some cool stuff coming for not only, your brand, but our brand here on the Scratch Golf Show as well. It's like those are really cool conversations. I feel like next year when you have a better idea of what to expect, it's definitely going to be much easier to do it and like know what to do. Like,
100%.
you're inside all day, and like you just kind of got to figure out exactly what you want out of the
Mhm.
week. And
Yeah,
yeah, demo day was super cool though, like hitting all the products and stuff and seeing a lot of people out there. It was actually nice to get outside too for a little bit, which was nice because you're literally stuck inside from 8 to 6 essentially most of the day. Which being in Florida, that sucks, but it was fun though.
it was great. I have a few questions for you actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
A little bit. How would you say like you divided your time between like who you were speaking to at the show and like what were you trying to get out of those conversations?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had a couple brands that I was definitely focusing a majority of my time on. For me, I had a couple pretty big goals out of the week, and I definitely think those goals are going to be accomplished.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I definitely wanted to hit like I wanted to hit a lot of the like apparel side. Like it was divided into like products, and then in the middle, and then there was an entire side just dedicated. And I mean, like it or the convention center is massive,
Yeah, it's
but
insane.
like half of it was just apparel. And so like a lot of the Barstool booth was over there, the Bob Just Sports or the Breezy booth was over there, and like FP was over there, and the Barstool guys were over there. The Good booth is over there. You had the Primo booth, like a lot of the creator-ish, if you want to call them brands, were there. So like I was definitely spending a good amount of time there. That's why I felt like I ran into a majority of the people.
Yeah.
But like I definitely wanted to spend a good amount of my time at the Good booth, which is I mean, I think we did both happy hours there, both to wrap the day from 4 to 6. Obviously
Also a
we
good
were
day. It was
yeah, I mean, it was fun, dude. Like they put on a heck of a time. Like they had that speakeasy, which was super cool. But I really like the idea of just like they had this whole section, like they had happy hours. It was a very interactive
the
time, and like,
good house was insane. It was
yeah, Good House is crazy, man. And like
coffee in the morning.
the
They had it going.
yeah, dude, and like obviously, we were trying to get the live show announcement
Yeah.
closed and make sure that was wrapped up, which is official now. If you guys haven't seen and you're in the chat or you're watching this back later, and if you are watching this, like the stream, please and comment your thoughts in the chat. But we are doing next week, literally 1 week from today, this time, we are going to be in Arizona doing a live show from the Good Desert Open, dude. Like people can hate all they want, dude. That like a lot of approval had to go into that. Like it wasn't just like, hey, we asked Good if we wanted to do it. Like there was different conversations that had to be had with them, and then they had to have conversations with some people. So we got approved, and we are, dude. I am so stoked for
Me too,
next
man.
week. I
It's a
can't,
it's a crazy opportunity, and I mean, you were the one that made it happen. So I'm grateful that
dude.
I'm along for the ride. It's gonna be
Did you
sick.
book your Did you book your flight
I booked,
yet?
I booked my flight this morning, actually, so I'm gonna do that. I have no plans, by the way. Zero besides the live show. Literally, I have one plan. It's the live show, and we're locked in for the um, event the day before, right? I think we're playing. Me and you are playing in the Discord event, right?
We are.
Remember we talked. At least I thought we were.
I, dude, I don't know about that.
I thought we were locked in for that.
Did we talk to somebody about
I think
that?
I think we can talk about this at a different time. But I thought
Yeah,
in my mind that was a lock. So I
yeah.
have that. I mean, maybe I don't have that anymore.
I know we'll talk offline because I
Yeah,
had
we'll
it.
talk later. But yeah, I thought we were playing in the Good event, and then we have the live show. That's literally all I have planned. Like I booked it one way. I have no return flight. I have
Oh my
no
god.
housing as of now, no transportation, nothing. Just the live show. That's
Oh,
literally all
dude,
I
I
got
love
going.
it.
And I think the PJ memes. I'm playing the PJ memes also. So
Nice, dude. Nice. So yeah, the live show is going to be on site at Grass Clippings, Good Desert Open. Dude, these last few days, like I've been working like late night to try and get this setup dialed, and I think we finally got it figured out. I think we are good to go. It is definitely a nerve-wracking experience trying to make sure that everything runs well. Obviously we're going to have internet, but we've got a setup that literally right before we came on, my buddy came over and helped me set up the soundboard. We're going to have
that's gonna be awesome.
hopefully 3 headsets, minimum 2, and then it's going to be a fun time, dude. So it's been a lot of work
Now it's gonna be
trying
awesome.
to get this set up. I've never done this before, so trying to do it from a remote location, dude. It's fun, man. It's fun, but it's been a hectic couple days. We've recorded with Bubby, Luke. The Quant interview is live. If you haven't checked that out, and if you guys are just funneling in, welcome. Like the stream. But yeah, dude, it's gonna be a heck of a time. We're gonna do pregame. The plan right now is to do a post game. More on that. I should know more by the end of the week, kind of what the plan is going to be exactly. But heck yeah, dude, I'm excited. And yeah, that's not the only announcement we have coming soon, hopefully, from the good side. So there's more stuff hopefully coming. We just gonna have some conversations behind the scenes. So, but anyway, dude. So yeah, if you guys are gonna be at the Good Desert Open next week, if you're flying from out of state, come check out the live show. I'll let you know exactly where we're gonna be from a location wise. Follow my Instagram. That's probably gonna be where the best, or I'll post in the communities page here. Anyway, dude, heck of a news week. I don't know if you saw, but Patrick Reed is returning to the PGA Tour, making it the second person, but Brooks Koepka, obviously, who's playing, making his PGA Tour debut this week
Farmers,
in
right?
at the Farmers Insurance. Reed is looking like he's going to be applying for reinstatement, but he's going to be in 2026, the 2027. Basically, he's going to sit out all season, playing the DP World Tour, And there was a few other guys who also applied for reinstatement from LIV. Kevin Na being one who got released. Dude, what do you think about LIV? Do you think this is going to be the beginning of the end now that there's an exodus of players leaving?
Yeah, I think we talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you're someone who went to LIV, first of all, I also want to say it's just crazy. And I know he was in the chat last week, and I didn't say this, or neither of us said this, but it's crazy that Brooks can go back and Patrick
More on that.
can
More on
rest.
that. Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's insane. It was crazy. Like, I just don't understand why they won't let him go back, but that we'll talk about that at a different time. I think it is for sure. I mean, if you're a player who's able to go back to the PGA Tour, and I mean, I don't know what like the legal side and logistics are about how their money that they got promised at the beginning. Well, I guess if their contracts are up, they got this insanity payday of generational wealth, and then they can go back and they can compete at the highest level of golf, which is the PGA Tour. So if you went to LIV again, like I said, Brooks is a genius. Like all these guys that went to LIV now are looking like geniuses. Now that it's actually happening. And like, I feel like I can't feel like Rory isn't not kicking himself. Like, you know what I mean? If you're Rory McIlroy, like, and you could turn down like $500 million, maybe it doesn't matter to him. And I think all these guys just want golf to go back to normal as soon as possible. But like, I mean, I think I don't see why Jon Rahm and even I know Cam Smith seems a lot more locked in with LIV, but like I just see that almost all these guys are gonna jump at the opportunity to go back to the tour and kind of reinstate themselves as at the top tier of golf. So
yeah, it's funny you said because I think the people kicking themselves I think Jon Rahm is seething right now.
really,
Seeing like I think he is pissed because I think when Rahm defected in 2023, I think Rahm thought or was told that was going to be like, hey, if I leave, that's going to be the straw that broke the back. That's going to be the unifying signing, and obviously it hasn't. I
yeah,
think Patrick. So if you followed like the last few days of pro golf, Patrick Reed won in Dubai by 5. He said last week in an interview that the PGA Tour was the best tour in the world. He'd also said that he had not renewed his LIV contract for 2026. Keep in mind the LIV season kicks off next week in Riyadh, which
yeah,
is getting no buzz because it's the week of the Waste Management. It's a different time zone. It's at night. But a guy
nice.
like Patrick, yeah, that is cool. But like, dude, like, so Patrick Reed saying that the PGA Tour is the best tour in the world, and like, I think a guy like Patrick Reed coming back, I think says a lot more about LIV. If you saw his quotes, he said he wanted to grind back, like he missed grinding, and I think that is a direct testament to LIV. And like Brooks's press conference yesterday, I don't know if you watched it. I watched most of it. He was pretty like nonchalant. He was pretty like, you know,
Classic.
yeah, which like I get it. He probably had a contract. He doesn't want to piss off the LIV guys. Like he wants to keep, at the end of the day. But I think when a guy like Patrick Reed leaves and he makes pretty damning comments, I think him leaving says a lot more than it does Brooks, because Brooks knew when he left that I think he was already going to be allowed to play right away. Reed knows he's not going to have to play on the PGA Tour this year. He's willing to sit out a full year while playing on the DP World Tour to get his PGA Tour stats back. And I think that is pretty damning. And I also saw in a release today that it said Rahm, Bryson, and Cam Smith are not expected to go, which I guess we've got a few days until the February. I think it's 2nd, which is Monday or something, to see. I still wouldn't be shocked if Bryson went, but I think I saw a tweet today from a pretty reliable account who's plugged into LIV saying that more guys are looking for an avenue back to the PGA Tour. So
Yeah.
I think Rahm is pissed, especially because he's got this whole Ryder. I don't know how well you follow pro golf, but like he's got this whole situation with the DP World Tour where he's being fined and he may not be able to play in the Ryder Cup in 27 because of this whole situation. So I think if I'm Jon Rahm, he's gonna have to pay $100 million probably to go back. But I just think I don't know. I'm curious to see what LIV's going to do. I think LIV is definitely on the ropes. I think if the PGA Tour gets a couple more guys, we see an exodus back. I mean, it's done.
I
I'm
don't know
curious
if
to see.
Patrick Reed is the straw that breaks the camel's back, though, because I
No,
don't think that even helps the PGA Tour that he's coming back. To be honest, like I don't have.
no,
I'm not.
No, it's not. I don't think it's a big deal. I just think Patrick Reed was such a good fit for LIV because if you remember, he's obviously a very controversial figure. Like he's had a lot of incidents and like he was not very well liked on the PGA Tour by fans, by people. Like he sued Golf Channel, I believe. So like, I mean, dude, like the fact that he's coming back and like he's definitely improved his image, but like I felt like LIV was like a perfect fit for him. because
Yeah.
he doesn't mind playing
Yeah,
all
just
over.
escape the limelight a little bit and just,
I just think it's more. I think it just says more about the fact that you're losing a player like that who's such
yeah,
a good fit for Live than it is Patrick Reed actually coming back. Like I said, I think just think it's more damning that he's willing to sit out a full year. But a few questions in the chat. We've got Mrs. Dalkey. We'll be looking for you at Grass Clippings. I'm excited to meet the Dalkeys next week.
oh, awesome.
Brad's parents are big fans of the show, by the way. Love
Awesome.
that.
That's so cool.
Liv is done. Dude, I think Liv has. I don't know. This is a very crucial year for them. I know they've locked up a few other guys, but yeah, man. Anyway, let's jump to the Wesley Bryan stuff because we can talk a little bit about the YouTube world. It's been made official today because of the two-man tournament that Wesley and the Grant and the Bob Does Sports guys are doing. I don't know if you saw that they're doing this big collab, but in that video, basically, it was Wesley got his live reaction to the Brooks suspension while they were recording this video. So that was on camera. And then obviously there's been some tweets made the round today. And then I don't know if you saw this from Dan Rappaport. I have a laptop now in front of me, which is nice. I don't have to use my computer. But Dan Rappaport said that basically the PGA Tour viewed Wesley as what is his viewed like him as the same. Like Wesley put out basically saying he's not gonna there's no immediate he asked for the conversation to get his suspension lifted and it wasn't. So I mean, dude, I just think that's asinine.
That's crazy.
I think it's asinine that they're treating a 9-hole YouTube scramble as a live event when you got these guys who are deflecting back. I just think it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't get that, to be honest. Honestly, as well, like I think I saw even Grant post something. I think it was
Free Wesley, yeah.
Or I don't even think it was Free Wesley. I don't think it was a clip I saw in a podcast of Grant, and I agree with him that Wes would bring more eyeballs to the PGA Tour than Brooks.
Yeah,
and it's a hot take, but I agree because this is the way I look at it. The metrics of I saw a statistic today that the Amex had the most viewership in 10 plus years, 560,000 eyeballs on the Amex throughout the week, right? If the Brian Bros posts a video that gets 560,000 views, that's a bad video for them, right? They're trying to get they're getting videos consistently over 1 million views, and that's doubling a PGA Tour event. So it's insane to think that, if Wes plays that, that if they're bringing in 1 million eyeballs on them to play on the YouTube scramble or the 2v2 or the Sun Death Championship, that Wes is not going to bring in 30,000. I mean, easily more, like 50 to 100,000 eyeballs on the PGA Tour event, which is one fifth of the entire viewership. I mean, I just feel like they're missing out on that. But I mean, that's
no, dude.
But it's just I've been thinking the numbers don't make sense. But
yeah, no. So I'm gonna read this Dan Rappaport statement. From what I gather, the Wesley Bryan situation is different from Patrick Reed, in that Reed resigned his membership before playing unauthorized events, while Wesley Bryan was still a member while he played in an unauthorized event. Different discipline criteria. Also, don't shoot the messenger. Wesley replied, "I appreciate the support." Dan then replied, "Not all events were created equal in my 2 cents. I mean, I think it's worth noting that Dan Rappaport works for Scratch, who's owned by the PGA Tour, so do with that what you may. Regardless, I just don't get the whole, Wesley, yes, Wesley is a friend of this program. We are big Wesley Bryan supporters, Brian Bros supporters in general, but Wesley specifically because he's been playing on the PGA Tour, I don't get why the PGA Tour, it just seems like it's such an easy decision to just look, this was an old, they have use for him. If Wesley goes to a lesser tier, especially in the current model of the signature event model where all your top 50 players, your Brooks, or not I guess Brooks now, right? Brooks now, Scotty, Rory, Xander, Colin, the big names, JT's, I guess not so much Spieth, are in these signature events. You get a guy like Wesley who shows up to the John Deere, shows up to the Rocket Mortgage, shows up to the Minnesota event, the 3M Open. These now that I don't want to call them lesser than events, but given the PGA Tour how it's set up, these lesser than events, you get a guy like Wesley out there and you advertise him. Even when he was in contention, they would put him on PGA Tour Live. I just don't get they had such an asset. Just utilize it and putting it in terms of he didn't play in a live event. He played 4 YouTube scrambles. yes, it was promoting Live, but I don't know. It just seems like it could go the other way. But and I'm also shocked Liv hasn't signed him. Like this could be like such an opportunity for Liv, and
Yeah,
maybe they offered him and they haven't. He said no. I don't know. I haven't confirmed that. I haven't heard anything behind the scenes. I know that he basically went out in so in that same podcast that you were talking about. I know it's because I made a video on it. Wesley said he's not playing on Live and he has no intention on playing on Live. So that was like made official by him a couple weeks ago in that same podcast where Grant said the thing about Brooks. I agree with him. I think Wesley gets a lot of eyes. And I just wish that people would realize that. And you get all these PGA Tour like loyalists who are like, he's a YouTuber, it doesn't matter. It's like you guys don't understand the power of YouTube
PGA
golf.
Tour.
Like
I remember, what's funny is I actually remember where I was when Wesley Bryan won in Harbortown in 2015 or 2016.
Yeah.
I just started playing golf. I was in 7th grade, and I was in the Mirasol. It's in Palm Beach Gardens clubhouse, and I saw that he won, and I was like, "Isn't that the guy from The Big Break?" Like, I used to watch The Big Break with my dad. I was like, "Didn't that guy play in The Big Break? Damn, he won a PGA Tour event." Like, people don't realize, like, I mean, Wesley Bryan's like a serious. I mean, he was up there in the Barracuda like a year ago too. Like he was leading, and like that definitely brought some like way. Like I remember my dad.
It was a Dominican. It wasn't Barracuda. It was Dominican, but he's same
Yeah.
type of thing. It was the opposite field
It's
event.
one of those opposite field events where it's a meet or whatever. I remember my dad was watching that event over the other one because he wanted to see how Wesley Bryan was doing. My dad's 65 years old. He's trying to see how the YouTube guy's doing. So I think they're sitting on this golden egg. And obviously, I don't know the interpersonal relationships or anything. I'm just, commenting from a very far distance. But I mean, it seems like they're sitting on this golden egg and they're just not,
Well, it just seems like there's no consistency in the rules. Like it just kind of seems like, and obviously we saw that with Brooks, and they're like, we're just kind of like, yeah, you can come back right away, but Patrick Reed can't. He's got to wait a year. And then like I've heard
major Brooks had won.
Yeah, I just feel like just let them back. Just let them all back. If they want to come back, let them come back. Don't make exceptions for the guys who like. If guys want to come back, bring them back. But like it's the suspensions. Like, dude, I think Wesley, like, I've heard different numbers. I've heard 3 years, I've heard 2 years. He's even gone on the record and said, like, I don't think he even knows who sorry, I got a message on my laptop. I don't even think he knows he knows when he's gonna come back, if ever. I think eventually he could come back, but who knows? Like if he goes and plays more live duels this summer, which we don't know. Like I haven't seen any announcements, I haven't heard anything. I know that they talked about doing a second instance of live duels this summer, like during the season, but who knows? Is he just going to extend his suspension? He doesn't care, obviously. I think he's gone on the record saying he loves the PGA Tour, but like, I don't think he'll ever like. He told me in Detroit when I interviewed him almost 2 years ago that he doesn't care. It's just like he loves doing YouTube, and granted, they've been killing it. I mean, dude, they did there's the good reunion. They did or not. Obviously, they didn't do that, but just from a YouTube golf perspective, like they did this huge collab with Grant Bob to Sports. They were just in the Dominican this week filming 2v2 with Brad and Sean. Like, they've got cool stuff coming, and like they make. You guys would be shocked how much some of these guys make from a YouTube perspective. He's probably making.
He's chilling. He's not.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
he's
like,
good enough to play the PGA Tour. And like, I'm sure that. What was his status before they?
His past champions.
He have full status.
No, he was past champions. I think his status had changed because I think even going into 2024, he was top 125, but I can't remember. There's so many status exemptions and like status categories nowadays. Like, I don't really know like what he was under anymore. So. It's just like,
I mean, this is kind of going into a different rabbit hole, but it's crazy to me that, like, for example, a guy like Ricky Castillo who like misses full status by what I think it's top 100 now, or is it
top 100? Yeah,
finishes 101. I remember watching it at what was the last one, the Wyndham.
Yeah,
and he misses by 1. Then he's teeing it up 3. I mean, now he's like he's not fully exempt, but he's like pretty much fully exempt and missing out on the signature events, right? So I was like, he's playing a 90% PGA Tour season. And then guys like Ricky and other guys that are just missing it out by like a spot or two are teeing it up in 3rd stage of Q School with guys who have like 0 status whatsoever and are just dying to get a place to play, right? And I just think that's a whole nother like separate thing. But I just think the way that Q School is formatted is just so like unfair to the guys who don't have any status. And, because a guy who has full status essentially can come in, he's playing so freely, right? No, like, all right, this doesn't really matter. But then someone who has zero status, is competing up with these guys who are already on the PGA Tour and are
Yeah.
fighting for their livelihood. So, and they can walk away with nothing. Not even Corn Ferry. If you don't show up in the final
Yeah.
stage for 9, and then you're out.
So I
25
was
grand.
doing some digging, and I actually want to show something because I want to talk about something. I'm going to share my screen because I want to give this guy a shout out on Instagram. But I did some digging, and I heard from Wesley that like I was in his Twitch stream one day,
Yeah, what is this
and
golf? I've been seeing this guy everywhere.
yes, dude, it's like he just made a post. I got to find it.
Yeah,
But
he's got to get me up on there. Okay.
um, but
Where
oh,
am
here
I?
it's right here. It's right here. So I wanted to show this page. So because we had just talked about it. But
Guys,
what I wanted to say was Wesley actually was trying to get Corn Ferry Tour status. So I think he said he had asked around because of something he had done in his PGA Tour career. Like he was guaranteed like I can't remember the exact. I should find a clip on this Twitch VOD, but it's like he applied for like or wanted to see if he can get Corn Ferry Tour status for 2027 because he had some sort of status exemption. And he said they wouldn't even let him do that. So it's like, geez, man, they were really just screwing him. But anyway, so I want to talk about this. Shout out to the Internet Golf Tour. He followed me the other day, but yeah, I saw this dude. This is actually pretty cool. So January 19th to the 25th. So the last 7 days, going back to Sunday. So he put this together, and I found this very interesting. So, like you said, the Amex. Basically, this is the average viewership. See, he did it differently. So because it's weird with the comparing YouTube numbers to TV numbers because they're different kind of views almost. But I like what he did. So he said like he took the average viewership from the Amex Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and obviously Sunday and Saturday were more important. Scotty Scheffler is winning. Blades Brown, the 18-year-old, was in contention, and like you said, it was one of the most viewed Amexes ever. And then he takes the top 4 YouTube golf videos for 24 hours. And look, the Grant Horvat Good Reunion, almost 1 million.
only in 24 hours is crazy too.
Yeah, which is insane. And I'd be curious what the watch time is on that. I need to ask, I should ask Sky some of these things. But Bob Does Sports, 700K with the ROM. I think it was a donut challenge. I didn't watch it. Good Stumps versus Twigs, which was the other good reunion, which that video banged, by the way. GM Golf, Sawgrass Major, also great video with Getty, Bino, and Mason Green, another future guest coming on the show.
Getty, by the way, I know you mentioned him last time.
Dude, yeah, he was in he's Alexis's boyfriend, but he was in Orlando last week. But dude, this is kind of crazy, and I kind of like this dude. Like, props to this guy for kind of taking the numbers and showcasing just like. Dude, this doesn't even include all the YouTube golf videos. Like, what if Quan? I don't know if Quan posted a video last week, but just a channel like him or like all these. I don't want to call them lower tier channels because they're not, but like the you got the big channels and you got the tier below them. The 500, 400, the 500,000 subscriber channels, like those, like doesn't even include all those videos. And there's so much like, dude, there's so many eyes on YouTube golf, and like. I don't get why people are still like debating it. Like I just found this post really cool. I saw it pull up on my laptop. So I found that.
By the way, all my 56. Sorry for not responding as much to the chats, but
yeah, we're trying, man. We're trying.
Meb, you're still here, dude. I'm sorry I missed you at the Alonso tournament. Next soon, 100%. Next time.
Yeah, dude. But yes, we are reading messages in the chat. Eventually, we're going to be able to try and get chatters live to join us for some segments. Once we get this thing more structured, guys, keep in mind this is our fourth live show. We're still working through the kinks, and we're going to hopefully get some. We're going to hopefully get a different setup at some point, TBD over the next few weeks. But yes, we do read messages in the chat. Just some other stuff, dude. Like, I don't know if you watched a good reunion. I thought that was one of the cooler videos, especially being able to like talk to Bubby and a lot of the guys last week about it and like hearing what they had to say on everything. Like, I very much enjoyed it. It felt like nostalgic and like the quality has improved so much since the initial good videos with all those guys.
Yeah,
But dude, those videos banged. And like that paired with the Grant Bob to Sports Brian Bros collab, that's like a 3-part 50 full horse series. I mean, dude, the YouTube golf content world is exploding. And
yeah, it's insane. Trying to get a slice of
but
the pie.
yeah, dude, exactly.
Trying to
You
get a
and me
slice of
both, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, can't wait to oh, thanks.
We're
That's
excited.
can't wait to see you guys. Yeah, we're excited. We are very excited. I think that's my wife. We're very excited to see you
Let's
guys
get
next week at Grass Clippings. Yeah, dude, there is a lot to cover, man. A lot to cover. What we didn't cover actually is we got to go back to our one and dones from the Sony Open that we did. I took
Oh,
Nick
yeah, they
Taylor.
got smoked. Nick
Do
Taylor
you
was
remember who did you take?
I took JJ Spawn.
JJ Spawn. Yeah, we got to check that. I know, dude. Nick Taylor was like the first round leader. I was like, yo, let's go. If I go,
Yeah.
so JJ Spawn finished T40, and I think Nick Taylor finished like T18, T13. So your boys 1 for 1
Yep.
this
There you go.
week.
1-0.
we
Yeah,
didn't do we didn't do picks last week.
I would have taken Scotty 100%.
Okay, here we go. We got some questions. So I think it would be a little more apt to compare a live YouTube tournament to a PGA tournament. Having put together vid with the storyline editing access via YouTube is a different thing. Yeah, I agree with that. All Might 5-6, but that's why I like what he did with the first 24 hours. Like I feel like you take it in a YouTube video, the first 24 hours, I feel like is a pretty good comp. At least for I don't know, maybe I'm wrong there, but I feel like that was a solid comp. But you got this dude. In the comment, bro. Love your channel. Thank you, dude. Mike, I appreciate that. I see your comments, dude. I appreciate it. But no guests this week, dude. Unfortunately, we've just been so busy trying to get the live show set up for next week. But you want to talk a little Farmers Insurance, preview the PGA Tour event this week, and then we can maybe wrap a little early tonight.
Yeah. Who do you think? I think we should start. Like, how do you think Brooks is gonna do? That's
Dude,
kind of
I don't know, man. I'm very curious to see how he plays. I mean, I don't know if you saw, he's still gaming some equipment that dude, he games like a 2016 M3 or M2 fairway wood.
yeah. I
He
think it's
still uses a Nike Vaporfly 3-iron,
yeah, the Nike long iron.
but I think it's the coolest thing in the world, dude. I think if he top 25s, I think it's a course that he knows well. I don't know. Torrey is a weird setup. It's always kind of like last year, I think like 8 under 1. And like
Yes,
it
of
can
course.
play hard depending on
So
the weather. And so like I think that plays into his advantage. I think Brooks plays better on tougher courses. He played well in the 2021 US Open that year. But I think if he T25, it seems like he's gonna be pretty nervous, man. I don't know. What do you think about it?
I agree with Jason here in the comments. I think top 10. I think Brooks is the type of guy who thrives in these moments, right? And I think he's going to be stoked to have a moment like this. Like he hasn't had it in a while since he was probably in contention in the majors. So I
Yeah.
think he's going to, really fully grasp it and feel grateful to be playing under the pressure in the limelight of a PGA Tour event. I think he could even win. I wouldn't even be that shocked if he went out there and won. So
See, I think, dude, it's funny you said because I think next week is a week that he really has a chance. Like, dude, if you look at Brooks Koepka's career, not to go off on a tangent, dude, he has 9 PGA Tour wins. 5 of them are majors. 2 of them are WM Phoenix Opens. This dude has won. Like, I'd be more shocked, or I would be less shocked if he won next week, just
no,
because.
I think that's probably a better take, but
But yeah, I think top 25 for me. Just to take this question before we get any further. Thoughts on Nick Vokey? I think he's underrated, especially because of his DP World Tour performance and Age Tour performances. Dude, I love Vokey. I don't know if you saw, we just released an interview with Luke Kwan today, earlier this morning. I love all those guys. I think Vokey's a hell of a player. I saw him in some videos he did with Kwan where they played some courses in Michigan. He played the Bear, which is one of the hardest courses in Michigan. It's a Jack Nicklaus design. I think he went out there and shot like a smooth 68. And like that course is really, really hard. Like I think he's a hell of a player. I saw he played in the Live Promotions. Didn't I don't think he didn't make it, but I know those guys are going to be playing in the New Zealand Open in about a month. So I know Voki. I mean, he's a stick. I love that he's kind of. I love all the New Zealand guys. I think they're all characters. They're all amazing players, and I love to see the pro golfers getting into the YouTube side.
Yeah,
So
I think Nick Vokey, that's pronounced Vokey, like the wedges,
yeah,
which is pretty crazy. It's
yeah,
sick name for a pro golfer, by the way. He's
yeah,
got. I haven't followed his career too closely, but he genuinely has one of the best swings I've ever seen. It is so buttery. I love his golf swing a lot, and like there's a few other
yeah,
guys I really like, but I think he's like a top 5 swing for me that I've seen
yeah.
for
He said saw the interview Quant. Yeah, Quant, dude. So we were on a bad internet, like really bad connection. The interview actually turned out great. Shout out to my guy Austin. We have brought on an editor, at least in the interim basis. So you guys are going to be seeing some better quality from the editing, hopefully. But dude, so Tori, this is one of my favorite events. I love this golf course. The South they play it between the South course and the North course for the first 2 days, and then the last 2 days are on the South course. You know, everyone, if you haven't don't know Torrey Pines, obviously one of the most historic courses. Like I feel like Tiger Woods 08 US Open, one of the most historic putts of all time. But it's a Muni, which I love. Like it's a San Diego Muni. They get it ready for the PGA Tour, but it's really really hard.
Mhm.
But dude, I'm excited. I think someone made a good point. Brooks coming back without Scotty in the field is probably pretty good, but Scotty's going to be in the field next week. But I mean, this golf course is always weird. I feel like it produces weird winners. Like you look at, there's been some really big names who've won here: John Rahm, Jason Day, Phil, Bubba Watson, Tiger's won here a few times, and you get like random winners. And so I'm curious to see how it plays. This is not a signature event, but who knows, man? I'm excited for the PGA Tour to be back. I love that, especially now that football's ending. We get golf back. You know, TGL, dude. We should do like a TGL minute at the end, but like I'm
Yeah.
happy that like regular golf is back, regular scheduled programming is back, and we're kind of getting right into the thick of the golf season, kind of getting into February here because we're literally into February now, and I feel like once we get into February, it's gonna be the Masters before we know it, man. And then we're gonna from a content
Yeah,
perspective.
it's fine.
But dude,
So,
any
I mean,
thoughts on the golf course? Go ahead.
yeah, so actually, I have a lot of insight on Torrey because it's the course I've played the second most of any PGA Tour course. The one, my old home course used to be the Champ at PGA National. I was a member there for like 4 years, so I
Yeah.
played that course like 100 plus times. But I've played Torrey. I've played the South probably. My brother lives in San Diego, so whenever I go there, I play a bunch of times. Played the South probably like 5 times. The North once. I only played the North once. And obviously, it's primarily the North. Or primarily the South. Excuse me. The North is really scoreable, but the South is so much about accuracy off the tee. Like if you're in the rough out there, you are dead. Like the greens aren't very deep, so when you're in the rough, it's like I mean you can't hold a green. So and I've also even heard this like when I was talking with some PGA Tour caddies as well. They were talking about how like sometimes on par fours at the Farmers they'll lay up if they're in the rough because you're hitting a long iron, for example, like I think it's hole 14 on the back nine, right after the long par five. There's
Yeah.
there's a hole 14. It's like a dogleg left par four. If you're not in the fairway and you're in the rough, you can't hold that green, and it drops off to a cliff. So I think the Torrey Pines is all about driving accuracy. So I think that's why it kind of produces someone with a maybe not the most like you know like spot on every week because I think a lot of time at Torrey it's going to be who's driving the ball the best. So whoever's
Yeah.
hitting the ball the straightest and the longest off the tee, I think will win. And that's
Yeah.
fine. If you're not
Yeah.
hitting the fairway, you have zero chance out there.
Yeah. Obviously Rob won the US Open there, his first major, dude. I love the golf course. Like some of my favorite memories from like the '08 US Open are Tiger making all those eagles. I don't know if you ever saw that, but like, dude,
Yeah.
I think like it used to be always like this event always used to be um like the kickoff to the PGA Tour season because Tiger always used to be there. Like it used to be Tiger's first event.
Yep.
And so I'm happy. Like it, dude. There's been so many moments here, like Phil Mickelson, like having Bones tend it back in the day. John Rahm hold like a 80-footer across the green. But
Winning.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
All right, dude. You got a pick for this week? Who
Okay.
you
I
taking?
just slyly looked up some of the driving accuracy stats. I got Siwoo Kim.
Not a bad pick.
Give me Siwoo Kim, baby.
I need to
Farmers
take.
champion this week.
I need to look up the field. Farmers insurance. So I'm up. 1-0. Oh, I'm gonna take. Oh God, I don't want to burn. I'm gonna take Will Zalatoris. He's played well here. He's almost won here. He's back. His name just popped up, and so I'm gonna take Willie Z. Off. He
Head-to-head.
drives it well.
I like my
So.
odds, but we'll see. I love Willie Z, so I hope he does well. And are we? Well, I guess we're also going to be at Grass Clippings next week. Should we do some good Desert Open predictions, or is that?
No, I think we should. I think we should save it for next week though, because we're
We'll
doing
do
the
it
pre-show.
before they tee off.
Yeah, we'll do it before we tee off.
All right, we'll think about that, but
Dude, I'm hopeful. Nothing's confirmed yet. I should know more tomorrow about a lot more things, but I'm hoping we can at least get the winner on post game.
nice.
I need to figure that out. I don't know how many guys are going to be able to get pregame because of the setup of it. I might ask around. We already have a couple guests who want to join. Sonny's going to be, basically anyone who's going to be on site is going to be able to join. So that's the cool thing about it. But yeah, dude, I think we save that for next week. But it's going to be fun, dude, because we can talk Goodyear Desert Open. We're going to be at the Waste Management. It's going to be a lively environment. So this guy asked, oh, I forgot to talk that Grant played in the Pro-Am last week, and no one talked about it. That's kind of old news.
It was just really.
No, he didn't add.
Why was it so low key?
I don't know, dude. The PGA Tour didn't promote it once, and I saw some people like talking about it. Like, why do people care? Like, why should they promote an AM? It's like, it's more of just like how the eyes that dude can bring to a tournament. Like, not that they needed it, but it's just added top. Like, it's just added. Like, I don't know. It's just a really weird. I think they're obviously still pissed he didn't take the exemption. Just my 2 cents on it. I think from that perspective, I mean, they can't be happy that he turned down the sponsors exception. So maybe they're blacklisting him.
Were you aware of this? This is actually a little really neat tidbit that I just became aware of. So I think Grant was eligible to play in the Pro-Am because he played in the Creator Classic. Anyone who plays in the Creator Classic then has eligibility to play in one PGA Tour Pro-Am. And this is because Short Game King is playing in the Torrey Pines Pro-Am right now. And
he really?
Posted on a story where he's like, guys, I'm really grateful I'm playing in the Torrey Pines Pro-Am because I played in the Creator Classic. So it's going to be, I mean, I assume all those guys are going to be playing in the Pro-Ams, at least at some point during the season. I mean, again, I guess West isn't an AM, so he couldn't play.
No. That's good information. Look at, not only are we plugged in, we've got 2 people plugged in. We got 2 insiders here.
That was a deep pull. The story. But I was like, that's probably why Grant was at the Amex, and it was probably just the PGA Tour told him we could.
I thought he got invited because he was playing with Sam Hahn. He was playing with Live Golf, or not Live, Lab CEO. And he was playing with Adam Scott. So I thought he was out there because of Lab. I didn't really know, but good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's also me just, talking off base of what I heard off of social media.
I love it though.
I mean, maybe he was invited for that. Maybe there is a opportunity for him to play maybe multiple because of the Creator Classic. So
yeah.
The creators in Pro-Ams this year.
Yeah, dude. Cool, man.
I think it's already up. I think that's a great incentive for the PGA Tour. I think that's a really cool thing that they're doing to give creators opportunity to play in events, even if it's an event adjacent. So I think it's dope.
Yeah. No. So Grant, Grant is a Michigan boy. I did ask him if he wants to come on. So he did say he would be open to it, but obviously I only got him for a minute. But no, dude, anything else? I want to save some time at the end to do a mailbag for the people who are in here and have been active in the chat. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the live show tonight. We've been holding at double digits viewer-wise for almost an hour. I appreciate every single one of you. Like the stream had been. Anything you want to talk about, my man? What's on your mind? Anything golf related you want to talk about before we do the mailbag?
I got nothing. I want to open it up. I've talked a lot tonight. So.
Yeah, sorry for no guests tonight, guys. Honestly, I was trying to get something, but it's been really hectic since we got back from Orlando. I got back Friday morning. I had to work a full day Friday, and then dude, the last couple nights I've been working a full day, and then my wife will go to work at 6:30, and then I'm working till 1 a.m. trying to get these live shows set up for next week. But
This is
all right.
hilarious, by the way. I can't do the reply, but headband golfer kind of looks like Garrett if he was in Cobra Kai. You know, third time this week, like compared me to Garrett. I'm excited. I've met him very briefly, but I'm excited to like chat with him this week at Grass Clippings and be like, dude, everyone thinks I'm like your long lost brother.
Did you get your stuff? Are you going to be inside the ropes?
I think so. I mean,
Okay.
I can, message the team and sort everything out. But if I'm doing the live show with you, I don't know why
Well,
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I told you I booked the flight, and that's literally as far as I've gotten.
I love it, dude. I love it. All right, guys, we'll save the last 10 minutes or so. I mean, well, I'll stay live as long as you guys want. Drop your questions in the chat. Type in mailbag and then your question, and we will pull it up live. Start with this one. Brad Dalkey versus Wesley Bryan versus Vokey. Actually, I want to answer this, but I want to talk about something else before we get into some more questions. It depends. Where are we playing? What's the format? If it's just 18-hole stroke play, I'm probably going to take Brad. There isn't a YouTuber at this point in their current form that I don't think I'd take over Brad. But Brad obviously it's been a while since the Internet Invitational. And so, I don't know. Who are you taking in that? I feel like I got to take
taking Vokey.
Fair enough.
I think he's playing the most tour golf right now. I think he's the person that'd be likely to win.
So
got the best
before we take any more questions, once again, guys, if you guys do have questions, drop a mailbag in the chat. We'll answer them live. The Brian Bros and Sean and Brad are in the Dominican right now, and they're doing this whole I think they're back now, but they're doing this whole week-long content trip. It's the format. I don't know the exact format, but I know it's going to be a video across all 3 channels. So basically, it's going to be one on Brad's channel, one on the Brian Bros channel, one on Sean's channel. But I think it's going to be cumulative. I think it's going to be some sort of format to see who the best is. I think, and what I would love to see out of those 4 is a 4-man stroke play to see who goes lowest.
Yeah, that would be good.
I think they're doing that. I'm not entirely sure though. But I did hear some other stuff. Good pros. Sounds like they've got some really, really cool stuff coming for that. I don't want to reveal exactly what it is yet, partially because I don't know if I can, but I do know it sounds like that's coming February, mid-February, and they've got some really cool stuff coming. But if I do want to break the news, I will do it on the channel here in the main video.
I got something I actually do want to talk about, Marco. By the way, how many people do we have in the chat? Because I can't even see that. I don't know.
We've got 14 viewers right now.
Yeah, 14 people here. I did see something actually probably like an hour ago or an hour before the live started that really hit me. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the name Brendan Valdez. He's on the Corn Ferry Tour. I never played with him growing up. I've met him. I probably have met him once or twice. But incredibly talented junior golfer, and then went to play at Auburn D1.
I did see that, yeah.
And I saw he made an announcement with Callaway that he diagnosed with lymphoma, and he's going to be going through treatment. And I just wanted to, obviously, we have crazy viewership here at all, but say that my thoughts are with him and praying for him because he's incredible talent, and I mean he'll be a PGA Tour winner, and I think that's. Puts things into perspective, and just wanted to, bring that up and just put that out there because it's really sad, and I hope he has a speedy recovery and goes to win on the PGA Tour and majors and have a very healthy, long, successful career. So,
yeah, I also realized I haven't changed the stream title. It says Internet Invitational Reaction, which is probably why people aren't joining. But that's a rookie mistake on my part. Yeah, dude, I did see that.
2 hours before the.
No, dude. It just it defaults because because that's what it was the first time I did a stream from here. But I'll just change it right now. Yeah, dude, I did see that. That was really sad. I mean, as somebody you don't ever want I feel like something like that happens. You never think it's gonna happen to you. And it's just super sad. I hope he gets a good recovery. And I hope he will be healthy enough to resume playing golf because we've seen
He's so good, man. So he'll win on the PGA Tour. I've known that.
Yeah, dude. There's been a lot of stuff. Like I don't know if I want to really talk about this. I guess he did, so I will. But like Ashton De Blasi, like his dad, like had a really bad accident, and he had made a video about it, about
Yeah.
like he had fell, and like, dude, I felt terrible because Ashton's dad is awesome. He's one of the nicest human beings I've ever met. I got to talk to him in Chicago when I went to the live show, or when I went to the Good event in Chicago in September, and Ashton was nice enough to take a pic. So funny story, my brother, I landed Friday morning at like 8:30 in the morning. Um, my brother texted me when I'm on my flight back from Orlando because he was going out to, my parents are in Arizona right now. So and so he was going out there, and he texted me, said, "Hey, there's this guy draped out in good gear at my gate." And Ashton was going out to Arizona, and it was Ashton. So he took the time to take a picture with my brother, and like, as a 20-year-old, I can't imagine going through that. And I just want to send
Wow,
some
that
good
was
vibes
all
to
going on,
Ashton, dude.
which is crazy. So yeah, just puts things in perspective. We're very blessed. And yeah, health is always the most important thing in life. Yeah, just I thought it was just important to bring that up because that is really big news that happened. I mean, today, and I mean, Brendan is like such a talent. So I definitely know he's gonna do big things
Yeah.
still.
I'm Italian, my man. Italian and Mexican, half and half. So for the ethnicity, I appreciate it. I love representing the YouTube golf. Yeah, man. I appreciate you bringing that up. I guess last minute nuggets, dude. Like, Live kicks off next week. We kind of talked about that. We talked about the YouTube stuff. We talked about all that. We talked about the live show next week. Yeah, man, I don't have much more. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I don't want to leave because we still have 11 people in here, but
Mailbag or mail. What did you
yeah,
say?
no, there was no more mailbags. Not a ton of questions. Oh, there was a couple here, right here. From my guy, Gimme Dad Golf. He's a Michigan boy, one of my biggest supporters. Shout out my guy. He's up in the Traverse City area. Shout out North Coast Golf, by the way. I saw he did say that. I love North Coast, or Michigan brand. Any plans to go to the President's Cup? Dude, I have no idea. I have no idea what we're doing past March. I'll be honest with you guys. I guess I can talk about a little bit from just like a future plan perspective. We have guests kind of lined up through February. We've got Bubby dropping next week, and then some other cool guests that we're gonna get on. Henry Grillo is gonna do his first interview ever here on the Scratch Golf Show. I meant to ask you. I need to. No, I don't know. I don't really want to do it live. I want to get it edited, but we're actually supposed to record tonight. But we had to reschedule for after. But we've got him. We've got Matt, Mr. Short Game, who I met. We've got all the Barstool boys. I think we're going to get those guys on. We've got a lot of cool guests coming. And if the announcement that I want to make, I think will happen, there's going to be a lot of guests coming on. So some cool stuff coming, man. But from a future content perspective, like, I don't really have much planned past February. We want to do something, but I would love to go to the Masters and do something from the Masters. But I'm just trying to get through Arizona, man. Just trying to get through next week without losing my mind.
I have no idea where I'm going to be this time next week. I mean, I'm probably be in Arizona. But I might just do a West Coast like swing and go to like Cali and Vegas and like just rip it on the West Coast. How's the weather,
dude?
On the West Coast right now? I heard it's
love it. All right, man.
All right.
That's it. We appreciate you guys hopping on tonight. Thank you for watching this back. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys in a week, man. Next time you guys see us, we will be at the Good Desert Open live, dude. I'm so excited for next week. It's gonna be so much fun, man.
Insane.
All right, guys.